Okay, welcome everyone. We have quite a few joining already. So, this is our most registered webinar ever, and I hope that we can live up to how exciting these product updates are. But before we get going, while we're waiting for it, we're just going to give like 1 or 2 minutes for everyone to file in. We're about almost to half of the attendees that are here already. So thank you for showing up on time. In the chat, just so we kind of get familiar with where features are. So we'll have chat that is on my right hand side of the screen. I think for everyone else on the right hand side of the screen as well. Why don't you type where you're joining from? And it's Wednesday. Let's see if you've got some fun weekend plans as well. So we can make sure the chat's working the way that we need it to. But all right, we got Colorado, Washington, Alaska. Wow. Washington, Texas, all over the map. Wow. Okay. We got a good crew here already. Quite a few from Washington, different parts of Washington, Indiana, SoCal. Steve and I are joining from Utah.
Cows.
I
said somebody's going to cuddle cows. I don't know what that means.
That's the weekend plans.
Oh,
all right. I'm going to nice. I need to know more about that. But yeah, we've got Steve and I are in Utah, and it's finally warming up here, which is, well, we had kind of a warm winter, but we're warming up even more. So we were at 90 yesterday. My kids were all enjoying that. So awesome. We're at a good capacity now. So let's just go ahead and get going. We don't want to take too much of everyone's time, but we are really, really excited about the updates today, and hope that everyone else here is. The goal for us is that we create a product and that these updates are exciting enough for everyone that by the time we finish this, you're texting all of your friends in this employee benefits space saying, man, you've got to see what Plansight's doing. This is really awesome. My internet connection is a little bad. Can you hear me okay and see me okay?
I can hear you okay. You got fuzzy for a minute, but you're there.
Okay. Steve's going to do most of the talking anyway, so that's good. His looks stable. But well, let's kick things off. So the agenda for today, introduction. Everyone here probably knows Steve. Steve's a really unique founder in that he's probably had interactions with the majority of the people on this call. They've probably given him a lot of feedback. I know a lot of people on here that I can see have been really great about providing good feedback that's going into some of these product updates. So Steve, Chief Product Officer, leads the strategy behind the product, interacts with all of our customers and takes that feedback and then puts it in the product for these types of updates. I run the marketing team here. So I'm just driving the slides mostly, and Steve will show us what we've got. So the things we're going to go through today: easy renewal workflow, updates to the AI and AI accuracy, merged presentations, plan name display, and then we're going to open it up for a Q&A at the end. I don't think we'll take the whole hour, but if questions go long, we've got the whole hour reserved. So we want everyone's questions answered on this. So Steve, let's start with the easy renewal workflow. This is something that is going to be saving people a lot of time. So I'm excited for you to share that with them, but I'll let you take that.
Yeah, it's going to save a ton of time, and I'm super excited about it. We've been working on this for quite a while, getting feedback from a lot of you. I know if you Adam, you had mentioned that I work with a lot of customers directly, and I do. I should maybe apologize in advance if you have to hear my voice all the time. If you watch any of the training videos, that's me. I do meetings with a lot of you, but there's going to be a number of you that will recognize some of the features and the requests that you asked for in this process. So we're really, really excited about it. But the idea is, and we'll go through this in the workflow, and I've got a full walkthrough to show you how this works. And we'll have new knowledge base articles going up at the end of the day. And this will actually go live the end of the day as well. So you'll be able to use this tomorrow. But the idea is basically we're managing your plans. And as your renewals come in, you can basically just drag and drop, associate them with the current plans. And a lot of magic happens from there. So rather than talk about it for a while, why don't I just share my screen and show you what it looks like? You ready for that, Adam?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. I'm going to take over the screen and I'm going to show you this. This easy renewal workflow. In this case, I've got a customer. They have their medical, vision, dental plans. You can see they were effective 8/1/25 to 8/1/26. And I have no renewal. But now my renewals have started to come in and I want to get them into the system. We have a new process. Let's say we got our renewal from our dental and our vision carrier, because in this case, you can see that it's the same carrier. And what I can do is simply add the renewals. And it's going to open up a little window. I'm going to grab my files, look for them on my local drive. And here they are. I'm going to drag them in. And it's automatically going to tag it because it knows I had my dental and vision. I've got my dental and vision renewal here. And we'll show you that document. But here's the process. It's now starting to build your RFP. It's building your presentation. It's attaching the documents to these current benefits. It's now doing the AI. So it's going to tell you what it's doing. And we're going to watch this. I'm going to do this. I'm doing this in real time. No speeding anything up here. So it takes a second. But you're going to be really happy with the results. So we started with our current plans. We added the renewal to it. But we only had our dental and vision renewal. We did not have medical yet. Now it's complete. So you now see we have our RFP and we also have a presentation. Now it'll show you we have your renewal and we have your renewal here and it's pending. You need to go in and verify it. And I'm going to click on the renewal and you'll see where it will take me. It takes me right to the spreadsheet. I can open it up. What it's done is it's taken my renewal document. It's run our Plansight AI on it. And it's filled in the information for me, including rates. I can verify it, go through that. I won't spend time with you on that, but I'm going to update it and you will see our renewal is basically done. There was a small change in benefits here. And all I really need to do now to get the costs out of it is I'm just going to say there's 10 singles and 40 families and apply the same thing to the renewal. And we'll calculate this, and you can see we've got a 3.1% increase. Same thing happened with vision. Over here, it's going to want me to verify the plan. Now, had I gone out to the customer profile, I'd get right into this with the same link, but I can open this up and verify it. It's going to show me the information that it found. I'm going to verify any of it. I intentionally made some changes in the plan design here so that it looked different. And I'm going to save this. Update it. It's going to show me everything that I changed that happened intentionally. Our rates even changed as well. We're going to go over here and I'm going to apply a census to it. We've got 10. What did I say on the other one? 10 and 20. I'm going to go 10 and 25. A few more people wanted vision than wanted dental. And I'll apply that. We'll see what the increase was. Oh, bigger increase as well. Now, if we flip back over to medical, you can see we only had your current plan. Those were all updated. I can come in here and I can update the census. Let's just say we have 5 and 15. And then on option 2, we've got 7 and 12. I'm just making up numbers here. And we'll apply the same thing to any other future option, but we don't have a future option yet because we don't have a quote. We don't even have our renewal. So your renewal won't exist until you have the renewal. But let's go back to the customer profile. Let's pretend it's a week later. And we got the renewal. So we can simply click on the renewal here, add renewal. We did give you a little button right here. If you want to add it here, it does the same thing. You're going to confirm that it's in the order that you want it in. We have plan groups here, option 1, option 2. If you wanted to change the order, you could kind of swap them around. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to confirm it. If you have multiple options, it's going to ask you to do that. There's a separate workflow if it's community rated. And I'll send you a link. We'll have an article with this in it, but it's a clear walkthrough. Let's, in this case, say, no, it's not community rated. And I'm going to find my medical renewal. Here it is. I've got a medical renewal document. Now, it knows that we already had our dental and vision renewal over here. I'm just adding to it. It's adding to the same, essentially, presentation. It's going to run through the same process. You can see right now, it's thinking about the medical plans. It's building the medical renewal. It's running the AI. It's going to update the presentation for you. But we just have to wait for it to do its magic because it's reading the AI and doing all of that. And I don't know if you noticed, but on dental and vision, it filled it in for you. You didn't have to go and source it. You now... it will automatically fill it in for you. You can always change it, but it's going to do that for you on the fly. So we're waiting, no speeding up. This is real time. I should have planned a joke here, but I don't have one. But let's keep going. We're waiting. That's 2 medical plan options. There's a lot more data that we're looking for in medical plans that we do look for in dental and vision. So it takes a little bit more time, but we're going to be done in just a few seconds here. And I am doing this in a lower environment that's a little slower than production because it's not on production yet, but we're waiting and I can see that it is done. So what I can do now, just click right into it. You'll see that it actually sourced and put the right plans in place. I intentionally made some plan changes to the copays, to the out-of-pocket maxes, so you could see those illustrated in the plan. We've got the rates. It's because we already have the census, it's already calculated the rates. All I need to do is get in, look at it, and confirm that we got the right plan in the right place. It created those 2 sources, and I could put them wherever I want to, but it also figured out which source would go in each slot. And I'm going to just mark this complete. And I'm going to save that. And here's the beauty of this. Your market response. It's all up to date. Your presentation. The renewal summary. It's all up to date. The plan designs, they're all up to date. The dental plans, so I scroll down here for the dental in-network page, it's all up to date. Highlighted those deviations, done all the math for you here, vision as well. So that's easy renewal workflow. Simply drop in your renewals when you get them. They'll be added to the presentation. They'll be read automatically. They'll be sourced automatically. So there's just a short approval process. I think that's pretty cool.
Sorry, I was muted.
Yeah, you were muted.
I was talking, but I was muted. We have a couple questions that came in, and I want to make sure that we are handling those questions as they come. But the first question is from Karen. She says, "Are you having to manipulate the renewal document, or are you uploading it in its purest form as delivered, which you usually have options?"
I don't totally understand that question, but yeah, it's whatever that renewal document is, you're deciding what you're uploading. And if you're, what our AI will typically do, if you upload more than one document, it's going to create a source for each plan that it sees on each document. So in that case, I had a pretty simple one. I had a dual option plan, and it had option 1 and option 2 both on the same page, as well as the rate. So it kind of knew what to do. But if you have multiple documents with multiple plans, it will create multiple sources for each plan that it finds. So hopefully that answers the question. If not, feel free to email me or reach out to us and we'll get a more specific answer to that.
Awesome. And then the next question, Weston actually answered it in the chat, but just so everyone sees it, if we got a renewal document that is just renewal rates and I upload that document, will it pull current plan details and put that in the renewal plan build with the renewal plan rates, or do I need to upload the old plan build and the renewal rates?
Yeah, so it could be a combination of copying over plan design from your current plan design and then just copying over the rates. What the AI source will do, it's looking for a plan and the related rates to that plan. So if you have rates only page, it might make sense just to upload it, attach it, copy over the benefits from your current plan, and then just grab the renewal rates and stick them in there.
Okay, awesome. And Kendra, I'm going to skip your question for now because you're getting ahead of this this updates announcement, but you'll see the answer to it in a little bit here. So let's go through. Oh, we have one more question that came in. Okay, now we got two people that are getting ahead of us. They want to know if it can accommodate other types of documents. We will get to that later in the presentation.
Yes.
You're still on the thunder, but yes, after this update,
we'll show you.
It will. Okay, and then the last question that came in: can you add a column on rates to include current rates, renewal rates, and negotiated rates?
So what that typically has to be is another plan group. So by default, we have current, we have your renewal plan group, and that renewal is going to be what that is. And then an alternative will be the negotiator rate. So it's not going to show up in the exact same column, but it needs to be another set of quotes.
So you can add it as an option. All right.
It can be another option,
yes,
but it has to be side by side. It has to stand on its own so that we can clearly illustrate. So you have two options. If you have negotiated renewal and you want to show the original, keep the original where the original lives, and then you have another plan group with the negotiated, because technically it's different quote. I mean, a renewal is essentially, here's a quote. If you renew, this is what you get. A negotiated renewal is you went out as a broker and negotiated it, like negotiated implies, and it's hopefully you negotiated it down and it's a better rate. Don't negotiate it up, but it'll be a standalone quote.
Awesome. Some really good questions there. If we didn't specifically answer your question the way you were hoping, like Steve said, feel free to reach out. We'll make sure we answer that. Let's jump into the AI updates and the accuracy. This is a really, really exciting part. So I'll let you take it away again, Steve.
No, I've got this set up. I'm going to share my screen again. I think I'm going to hijack your screen sharing. Okay. So I'm just going to jump on the screen and show you this big update. Here we go. Now I want to take you over to a totally different RFP. This is an RFP, same employer group, but it's only an accident RFP. So we decided to run an independent marketing event. And we went out to, in this case, a surety. It's not really a surety. I'm going to simulate this. But the surety people, they have a quote for you. And I'm going to grab that. I saved that over here on my desktop somewhere. This is what the carrier has to do. They drag and drop it. And then they're going to leave you a note. Hey, thanks for the opportunity to quote. I hope you really enjoy this quote, but I hope putting it into the spreadsheet is not so painful for you, because I know it's hard to build these spreadsheets and get the information out of the quote and into the presentation and all of that stuff. So hopefully it looks good on the spreadsheet. Maybe they're going to write you a nice note like that. I have a little voice dictator. That's how I get that in there. They're going to hit a little CAPTCHA because we don't have them log in. And they're going to upload the quote. It's going to tell them, hey, we're looking at your file. We're scanning it for viruses. And as soon as it's done, they can be on their way. They can come back and upload another quote as well. So that's done and gone. Now, if we come back over to the quote itself, I'm going to refresh it. And we are doing this in real time. It's pretty unlikely that you're going to be sitting there looking at the spreadsheet the moment that the carrier uploaded the quote, but you can see Plansight AI is working on it. The nice little note, it's going to be right here. Thanks for the opportunity. You want to look at the document? You guys all know this. There's the document. So we're going to go back and we're going to open it up, and we're going to go through this new feature of how annotations work and how the AI helps you do this. So as we source the quote, here's where it gets wild. I don't know if you just saw that quote. The page really move. The page is going to move to the location where it found the information. So as I scroll down the page, it's so easy to check the values and the accuracy because we figured out how to figure out where this value came from on the page. So you don't have to look at it and scroll up and down and go, where did it come from? Because, I was a broker for 25 years. That's what it was, getting information from A to B. We got the information from A to B, but we can show you quickly where A was, and you're just scrolling over where B is. And it goes beyond that. This is kind of fun. I chose this document on purpose. I can scroll down and I can see the AD&D benefit here, $40,000 for this employee. Now I can scroll over to this $20,000. It doesn't say $20,000 anywhere, but it says 50% benefit for the spouse, 25% benefit for the child. It's not only is it finding it and filling it in and showing you where it found it, but it's also doing a little math here and there as well when it needs to do that. So not only are we converting the values to fit in the document, sometimes we can even do some math. So kudos to our AI team. It's really been incredible. I couldn't be more excited about this. And in the years of working here at Plansight, and I've been from the beginning, and we've had a bunch of things that we've done for quote entry. We went from having carriers log in and enter the data, to having the brokers log in and enter the data, to having offshore teams log in and enter the data, building regular expressions to do it. Then finally AI, and that's been getting better and better and better. But now we've been able to not only read and interpret the data very, very well, but actually show you the source. I mean, this is, in my opinion, absolutely magical. So super excited to show you that. And now let's save that and look at this quote. And, even though the carrier thought that you might have the hardest time in the world getting it in there, that was pretty easy. So now we have some options. We can come in here and we can make a choice. Maybe I like this surety quote. It's a pretty good deal, right? Anyway, I'm not going to go on and on and on about that, but that's super exciting. I hope everybody gets kind of what a big deal this is. I mean, I spent so many years, we call it like somebody referred to it as swivel chair, trying to get information from A to B, A to B, A to B. And it's going in and we'll show you where A is. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it saves. I think people were pretty excited based on the comments that came through. We have a couple questions. And I think everyone could see how much time that's going to save in QA. AI pulling that out initially, someone going through and scanning and make sure it pulled out the right information now is minutes for them to do that. So let's grab these questions, then we'll move on to the next piece. So this one is going back to the previous one. Kendra said another question back to the renewal part. When you add it in prior to sending out the RFP, assuming that is what Steve did, will that document you associated with the renewal be automatically associated with the RFP as the renewal option?
Yes, it will be. Good question.
And then Stephanie asked, and this is on the AI piece, is the annotations for both quotes and existing plan docs?
Yes. Everywhere we use AI, it's doing that. Yep.
So that's a big update and was a huge lift from our development team. I think it's one of the things I've seen our AI team be the most proud of. So great. Well, let's move on to the next piece. So merged presentations, not to be outshone by the annotations. This is a request that we've had a lot, but Steve, I'll let you jump into this one as well.
All right. You know who you are. you know, we talked about this, and I mentioned at the beginning, some of the customers really wanted this, talked about this a lot. It's actually a feature we used to have and we got rid of as we changed some things. We brought it back, but we brought it back way better than it ever was. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So let me share my screen again and put this up here. I'm going to kick you off stage. All right, here we go. So I wouldn't say I saved the best for last, but I saved something really cool for last. If you remember, we started with our plans. We started our renewal out of these. I did an independent RFP with just accident only right here, which created two different presentations. You see, I've got our original presentation and I've got our accident presentation. Now you can rename this. I'm going to say, hey, let's rename this presentation. Just call it Ax Only Distributed RFP. It's a label. It doesn't, it's just the way that we're doing it. Now here's where the fun part happens. I can now take this, which has, let me jump into the presentation itself. I'm going to open that in a new tab. We've got a market response. We've got quotes. These are the quotes that came in. This is the one that you saw me do the annotations on. So I'm going to go back here, and I basically, our medical, dental, and vision team did their work, and somebody last minute decided to go out for accident benefits, but they didn't want to build a new RFP and all of that, so they did a totally separate one. Well, what I meant to say is they didn't want to kind of redistribute the old RFP, so we built a separate one. Now, these guys, you can go out and do your accident worksite, whatever you want independently, but when you want to put the presentation together, and I would advise you do this at the end, you have it when it's ready, you can come over here and you can merge into, you're going to select your target presentation. This is the only target available. And you're going to hit continue. It's going to say, hey, we're going to merge this in. Now, if I had multiple benefit types here, I don't have to merge them all in at once. I can just merge any benefit type that I want to push in here. The caveat is I cannot do two independent medical RFPs and squash them together because they're all driven off different criteria. You know, we have modelers and plan options that are kind of the framework of the spreadsheet or the RFP. So they have to be different benefit types. And if you get new quotes later, you can come back and merge it again and it will just update it. But all I have to do is hit merge. And we wait a minute and it's basically taking everything that's packaged up in here and it's putting it over here. Look at that. That turned into accident. So if we open this up now, here's accident. Here's the quotes that came in on accident. I go over to the spreadsheet or benefit builder. I meant to go to the spreadsheet actually. Let's build a little package. Let's say, hey, let's go with the new motive quote. Let's go with the dental and vision renewal, and maybe let's get the surety. And we could purchase all of this as a package right here. Save that. But basically what happens is all of that information becomes completely cohesive. And then the presentation itself, it's basically all just blended. It's as if it was there originally. That's really all that it's doing. You've got your spreadsheets, all of that stuff down here, and it came from an independent marketing event. So now, why don't we actually take this thing full circle, go back to the benefit builder, and elect this package that we made. Oh, it wants me to save this. I didn't save that a minute ago. It wants me to elect it. I'm going to elect it. And all of these are going to be my new plans for next year. So next year when I get more renewals, I just pop them in there and do my thing. And we're going to wait for 1 second. Then we'll go back to the employer profile. So it's creating all of these plans one at a time, building it into the database. All real time here, people. All right, so if we go back, I'm just going to leave here. Now, we've got all of our 2026 plans. We pulled this one from that new election, and these are going to drop off into the history tab next year, and we're going to be good to go and do the whole thing again. Pretty wild.
Pretty wild. These are some big updates, as you can see. We still got more though. We're not done yet. So this has been fun. I think everyone is excited already about what we've gone over. But let's go into this. Just says plan name display, but I think we're going plan name display and document types, Steve. So
yeah, I've got a little slide here. Let me just share my screen. It's just a static document, no screen sharing or anything, but just a simple description. Let me add it here. So one of the updates that's coming out as well, somebody asked this question. You had mentioned, Adam, getting a little bit ahead. So we have always been reading the PDFs, and if a quote came through in a Word document or an Excel document, we couldn't really handle it. We'd attach it to it, but then you had to open it. You had to open it up and natively open it into Excel or Word to read it. Now our AI will take those documents and read them, and it will actually display them in the same way that we display PDFs in the window on the left, and it will actually show you where the information came from on those documents as well. So big update on what we can actually read as far as quote documents come in. And then the next thing, where you had mentioned plan names, honestly, this is actually already live, so some of you has probably seen it. So the plan, I'm not technically sharing my screen. I'm showing a slide, so I don't think you can see my cursor, can you? The plan name row on each page, what we're basically going to do is look at it, and if the name, we look at the longest name in all of the plan groups on the page, and we see, hey, if it's too long to fit on one row, we just expand it one row. So when you have these long plan names, you're going to get a little bit more space, and that's going to happen dynamically when you need it to. So that's been a big ask from a lot of people. So pretty simple. Maybe I should have led with that and closed with a grand finale, but
I don't know. Document types is a pretty frequent request that we've had, so we'll call that the finale. You should have switched the order of the slides, maybe, but no. So those are the updates that are going live. Well, that one that Steve just mentioned is live. The rest will be going live end of day today. So we hope that you're really excited about those and that you get to utilize those soon as you're building out new RFPs. And one request from me, and this is because I own marketing here at Plansight. If it makes your life easier, tell your friends about it, not your competitors, because it's a pretty big competitive advantage. But tell your friends about it. Other offices that are in your company that aren't using Plansight yet. We would love for them to understand just how much this is making life easier for your marketing teams. Any last questions? Okay, we got. Is there or will there be step-by-step video on the resources to combine the presentations?
Yeah, those are going out today as well. I've been writing those and documenting them over the last few days.
Yep. So you'll see those when you get to that screen in Plansight off to the right. I think everyone's probably familiar with how Steve's built that out, but you'll see those in the resource center there. Just
to maybe I'm going to give a little bit away that I shouldn't, but we are working on something that we're going to be launching soon. Down in the right-hand corner, you talk about the resource center. You can open it up and see the articles. We place those strategically. We're working on an AI bot that you'll have down in the right-hand corner where you can just ask it real questions, and it will refer to all those sources, surface them up for you, and be able to answer your questions. And as you interact with it, it allows our AI to get smarter and understand the resources or problems you're trying to solve. So that's going to be coming out within the next few weeks. We'll give you a preview of it pretty soon, but it's amazing.
And what Steve didn't mention is he gets all the questions on the back end. So if multiple people are getting stuck at the same place and that question comes through frequently, it surfaces that up really quickly so that the team can solve that. But Awesome. And any last questions before we round off? We've got Q&A time now. We can give you a lot of time back and just let you be excited to use this tomorrow after the release goes live. I think we asked kind of questions along the way. Oh, we got one. Is there a way to delete documents in the uploaded documents section of Plansight within the RFP?
I know who's asking that. Wait a minute. Read that question again.
Is there a way to delete documents in the uploaded documents section of Plansight within the RFP, aka where you can link documents with each plan?
Yeah, there is inside of the RFP. Yeah, there is. There is something that we're working on in the backlog. When I say I know who's asking that, when a quote comes in, had you added several documents to the quote, we list them there, but we don't technically give you a way to delete that. We have that in our queue, and that's something that we're working on. But if it's RFP related, yeah, it can be removed. And that's an idea for me to put together a resource.
Wonderful. All right. Well, we'll close it off here. Thank you so much for joining. We had, I think, over 100 people here at certain points, which is our best attendance on any of these. So I think we've got some excited folks for these updates. Steve, thanks to your team and all of their efforts to making these things possible. It's making the lives of all of our customers easier. And join us next time. I'm sure we'll have some more updates. Maybe not as many massive updates as this one, but we'll have some great updates on our next update webinar as well. So thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Adam.
Have a great day.